35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46.
Yes, sir.
Present, sir.
Sir, 45.
Okay. 47, 47,
Sir, 45.
okay. 48,
Sir,
49,
present.
okay. 49, 50, 51, 52,
Present, sir.
53, okay. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, Saish, Saish,
Present, sir.
okay.
Present, sir.
Vaishnavi, Snehal, right. So we were
Sir,
discussing
45
the
is done.
assignment questions. 45, okay, right. Yes,
Sir, Sridhar Padir, sir.
Sir, roll number 10.
okay,
Number 4.
okay,
Sir,
right,
roll number 11.
right,
Sir, 19.
okay, right.
20, sir.
Okay, okay. I have marked, I have marked. Okay, fine.
Sir, Sridhar Padir.
I have written, I have noted down. Okay.
Sir, roll number 4.
I have marked, I have marked. Okay, right. So we're discussing the assignment questions. The next question, that is, explain the different types of question number. We're discussing the third question, right? Explain the different types of jump instructions available in 8051 with their ranges. Okay, so there are various jump instructions. First one is absolute jump, AJMP. It is unconditional jump instruction, right? Its destination address is calculated by adding the second byte of the instruction and the 7th to 5th bit, D7 to D5th bit. Its destination address or target address is calculated by adding the second byte of the instruction and the D7 to D5th bit of the bytes. Okay, first byte, right? Then its range is 2 kilobyte. It is having the range of 2 kilobytes. Okay, this is AJMP, which is unconditional jump instruction. It is unconditional jump. Second is LJMP. LJMP is also unconditional jump, but its range is within 64 kilobytes. That is first byte and second byte of the instruction. First byte of the instruction is for the opcode. Second byte and third byte of the instruction is for the destination address. Its range is within 64 kilobytes of the current value of the program counter. It is 3-byte instruction. Then third one is SJMP, short jump. Short jump, SJMP. It is also unconditional jump. Unconditional jump. Its range is between -128 to +127 bytes of the program counter value. It is 2-byte instruction, and its target address is calculated by adding the program counter with the relative address. I explained you all the example of JNJ next, JNZ next. Okay, 2006 plus 3, that will come out to 2009. Okay, that example you try to recollect. Okay, so similar to that is SJMP, in which the target address is calculated by adding the program counter with the relative address. Right. Then next is jump, unconditional jump, JMP at A plus DPTR. JMP at A plus DPTR. The target address is calculated by adding the value in A register with the value in DPTR register. Jump at A plus DPTR. Then next JZ, jump if 0. It is 2-byte instruction, 2 machine cycle. It is conditional jump, that is if the value in A is 0, it will jump to the target address. It is having the range of -128 to +127 bytes of the program counter. Then JNZ, jump if no 0, it is also 2-byte instruction. Its range is also between -128 to +127 bytes of the program counter, and its target address is calculated by adding the program counter with the relative address. So those which are having 2 byte, which all are 2 byte instructions, usually the target address is calculated by adding the program counter with the relative address or the offset address. Then DJNZ byte comma target, decrement and jump if not 0. Right? It's a 2 byte instruction. Its range is -128 to +127 bytes of the program counter, and its target address is also calculated as it's a 2 byte instruction. Its target address is also calculated by adding the program counter with the relative address or the offset address. So these are the various jump instructions available in 8051 with their ranges. Okay. Then next question. What are the steps executed by the 8051 microcontroller when the following instructions are executed? First one is return. Okay. Return instruction. Return instruction I have discussed while discussing question number 2. In discussing question number 2, I have explained the return instruction. So it is the same thing. Then next is AJMP address 11. This one here, AJMP is absolute jump. Address 11 means it is the target address. The second byte of the instruction plus the 3 bits, that is D7, D6, D5. So total 8 plus 3 is 11 bits. The target address is of 11 bits. So address 11 means it is 11-bit target address. Address 11 means it is 11-bit target address. So that is the jump will take place unconditionally without any condition being satisfied. The jump will take place to the target address, which is ADDER 11. That is 11 bits of the destination address or the target address. Okay. So that is how the target address is calculated, and the jump is within 2 kilobytes of the program counter memory location. Its range is 2 kilobyte. So this is AJMP target address 11. So here address 11, it indicates that the target address is given by adding the second byte of the instruction plus the 3 MSB bits of the first byte. That is, it is opcode bit 7 to 5 plus the second byte of the instruction, higher byte. Okay, higher byte, second byte of the instruction, that gives a total 11 bits of the destination address. This is AJMP instruction. Then you have to take some examples and explain. Okay, the concept you have to explain by taking 2 or 3 examples, so that will cover the required marks for that question. Next question. What are the steps that we have done? With examples, explain the byte level and bit level logical operations in 8051. Question number 5. Byte level and bit level logical operations in 8051. Also list internal RAM bit addresses and SFR bit addresses. So which are the logical instructions, students, we have studied? Which are the logical instructions we have studied? One is ANL, right? ANL we have studied, correct? Then which is the other one after ANL? Which one we have studied? ORL, right? Then one more, XRL. XRL, right? XRL instruction we have studied. XRL instruction we have studied. Okay. So these are the 3 instructions that we have studied: ANL, ORL, and XRL. Correct. So we have studied ANL instruction. ANL. Then ORL. Then one more, XRL. Okay. You know the various variants of ANL. Any doubt here? Any doubt here? Okay. So ANL, ORL, and XRL. So which are the variants of ANL instructions, students? ANL A, RN, that is register addressing mode. ANL A, direct, that is direct addressing mode. ANL A, at RI, indirect addressing mode. ANL A, hash data, immediate addressing mode. These are the variations of the ANL instruction. Then once we write the various variants of the ANL instruction, wherever it is ANL, just replace ANL by ORL that will give all the instructions of ORL, that is ORL A comma RN, ORL A comma hash data, ORL A comma at RI, ORL A comma direct addressing mode, right? That will give the variants of ORL instruction. Similarly, wherever there is ANL, just replace that ANL by XRL. That will give all the variants of the XRL instruction, right? XRL A comma RN, XRL A comma hash data, XRL A comma at RI, okay, XRL A comma direct, various variations of the variants of the logical XOR instruction. You have to, while explaining the instructions, you have to take 1 or 2 examples and explain. Okay, simply don't write the instruction and then write the explanation for that. But in addition to that, you have to take 1 or 2 examples. What is the value in A? What is the value in RN? Right? Write the value in A. Say it is 12. Right? Value in RN, say it is 13. So 12 ANDed with 13. What answer you will get? So like that, take few examples, simple examples, and then explain them. Okay. So these are the byte level logical instructions. Coming to the bit level logical instructions. Bit level logical instructions. There are 2 bit level logical instructions. One is ANL C comma source bit. That is C is for the carry. For example, ANL C comma P2.5, ANL C comma P2.5. We are ANDing the bit in carry with the bit in P2.5, and the result is stored in carry. That is one instruction. Then another instruction is ANL C comma slash P2.5. ANL C comma slash P2.5. That is logically and the bit in carry with the not bit. For example, ANL C comma slash P2.5. The bit in carry is ANDed with not of P2.5. That is, we have to perform not operation on the bit stored in P2.5 and then AND it with the carry. Then AND it with the carry. Okay, and the result will be stored in the carry. These are the 2 instructions. So in these 2 instructions, if you just replace ANL by ORL, that will give you the 2 instructions, bit level logical instructions of ORL. So one is ORL C comma bit, that is ORL C comma P2.5. And second one is ORL C comma slash bit or ORL C comma slash P2.5. Okay. So these are byte level and bit level logical instructions of 8051 microcontroller. Fine. So that is the question here. Byte level and bit level logical operations in 8051. Also list internal RAM bit addresses. So what is the meaning of internal RAM bit addresses? We know the organization of internal RAM memory. What is the organization of internal RAM memory? It has working registers, right? 4 register banks, register bank 0, register bank 1, register bank 2, register bank 3. That is from memory location 00 to 1F. Then in between memory locations 20 to 2F, it is bit addressable memory. So you have to write down those bit addresses. What is 0001? Okay, up till 08. Then next 09 to 0F, like that. Bit addresses you have to write. Okay, just write down the bit addresses. Then next is general purpose memory, which is from 30 to 7F, 30 to 7F. So wherever it is bit address, you have to write down that bit address. So that is what is the meaning of the question here. That is list internal RAM bit addresses and SFR bit addresses. SFR is special function register bit addresses. In the notes that I have provided, I have given the special function register bit addresses, right? Actual position of special function registers in the SFR space memory. That is the title for that figure. That is the name for that figure that is given. That is actual positions of special function registers in the SFR space memory. Okay, so you just see that figure name, that figure name, and accordingly it is being given in 8080. That is the memory location of P0, port 0, and various port that is bits are numbered 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. Then similarly, SP next is stack pointer. Its memory location is 81H. Then DPL is 82. Okay, DPH is next memory location. SP stack pointer, DPL, and DPH. They are not bit addressable memory. Okay, they are not bit addressable. That means you can access all the 8 bits at a time. You cannot read single bits. They are not bit addressable memory. Then if we consider TCON register, its memory location is 88H in the special function registers. The special function register range is from 80H memory location to FFH memory location. Okay, beyond the RAM memory. Beyond the RAM memory. RAM memory last memory location is 7F. Correct? 30 to 7F. So above 7F, that is 802FF, that is the space for the special function registers. So please see that figure, and in that figure all the bit addresses are given, so you have to write that particular figure. Okay. Then next is write the classification of instructions of 8051 microcontroller. So you have to classify the various instructions of 8051 microcontroller. That is, first one is data transfer instructions, which are all the move instructions, right? Then next is arithmetic instructions, that is addition, ADD, subtraction, SUBB, multiplication, MUL, then division instruction, DIV. Okay, all the arithmetic instructions. Then next is the data transfer instructions, arithmetic instructions. Then say program branching instructions, which covers all the jump and call instructions, right? Then bit manipulation instructions, which covers all the bit manipulation instructions such as set B, SETB, clear bit, CLRB, okay, clear bit, then complement bit, CPL, okay, jump if carry, jump if no carry, JC, JNC, JB, jump if bit, JNB, jump if no bit, JBC, jump if bit and clear bit. Okay, all the single bit jump instructions, logical, that is bit manipulation instructions. And last one is the logical instructions, that is ANL, ORL, XRL for logical byte instructions, byte level instructions. And if they operate on single bit, they are called as bit level logical instructions, that is ANL and ORL. So these are the various classification of the 8051 instruction set. Okay. So you'll have to write all these. Okay, you have to explain all the instructions, different instructions with one example. That will give the full marks for this question. That is, write the classification of instructions of 8051 microcontroller. Next question, explain the various rotate instructions of 8051 microcontroller. So I have explained the two types of rotate instructions. One is simple rotate instruction. Simple rotate instruction. Suppose, say if the data is, say if we are considering the instruction RLA, rotate left the value in A register, and the value in A register, suppose if you have considered 0100 1010, this is the value in A register. So if you rotate it left, then what we get? Can you tell me? If we rotate the value in A here, it is 01004 1010 A. Okay, 1010 is 10, that is A, so it is 4AH, right? Now I'm rotating left this one. It's simple rotate without the carry flag. Okay, so if I rotate it left this one, right means from this end to this end, left means from the MSB towards the LSB. So how the bits will be rotated here? So this MSB, this whatever 0 is there, that will be stored in the position of LSB, and each bit from LSB will be shifted left by 1 bit. So what you will get here, this bit will be 0, then the first 7 bits, okay. So these bits.
Sir, screen share agotri sir.
Share agoltri? Yakre Mantesh?
Illi.
Mat ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಿಲ್ರಿ Mantesh? Sorry. ಈಗ ಆದತ್ರಿ ಮಂತೇಶ್ ಕಾಣದತ್ರಿ?
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಿಲ್ರಿ? ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ RLA, ANL, ORL, XRL. RLA 0100 1010, right? So here, so it is 0100 1010. So we are shifting it left by 1 bit. So what we'll get here, 0 0, then this is MSB will be stored in the position of LSB, it is 0, then the first 7 bits, these 7 bits will be stored as they are. So what we'll get here, 0, then next bit will be 1 1 0 1, this is this side, 0 1 0 1, this is 0, then 0 1 0 1. This from right side we will count, it is left shift, so it will be 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1, then 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0, this side will be 1. Now see, so this is 0 is coming here, then it will be first 7 bits from this side. So that is, you can write it faster. Okay. So if you go on shifting, it will take time. So if you remember the logic is first write the MSB in the position of LSB, then write the first 7 bits of the value in A register as it is from right to left. That will be the rotate left. So what we got here after rotating the value, how much is the value? 9, 1001 is 9, then 0100, it is correct. Okay, good. So 1001, 0100, 94. Now similarly, let me explain the rotate left through carry. Next instruction is RLC A. Okay, I will explain with respect to rotate right. So rotate right is nothing but rotating the bit right. Okay, rotating the bit right. So whatever these bits are there, it will be opposite to that of rotate left. Whatever bit is there in LSB, that will be stored in the position of MSB. Then each bit will be shifted right by 1 bit. Okay, that is rotate right. Then I will explain the last one, that is RRCA, considering the carry. Let me take the same value 0100 1010, right? Then next, let us take the carry. Let me take the carry as 1, then it will be more clear to you. Carry is 1. So what will happen here if carry is 1? So rotate right. The LSB will be stored in the position of carry. That means here 0 will be stored, and whatever this 1 will be there, that will be stored in the position of MSB. Whatever this 1 is there in the carry already stored value, that will be stored in the position of MSB. Fine. So what we will get here? This will be 1, 1. Then first 7 bits as it is, write them. Okay, first 7 bits from left to right. Okay, left right. That is 0100 101, 0100 101. So this is how we are rotating right through the carry. So we are rotating through the carry. Normal rotate means just shifting them. If we are doing rotate left, then MSB will be stored in the position of LSB. Then each bit will be shifted left by 1 bit. If you are doing rotate right, normal rotate, simple rotate, then LSB will be stored in the position of MSB and each bit will be shifted right by 1 bit. If you are doing rotate left through carry, the value in A register RLCA, the MSB will be stored in the position of carry bit will be stored in the position of LSB and each bit will be shifted left by 1 bit. Try to understand here. Then RRCA means rotate right through carry, value in A register. The LSB will be stored in the position of carry. Whatever is the carry, that will be stored in the position of MSB and each bit will be shifted right by 1 bit. Okay. So these are the different rotate instructions. That is simple rotate instructions, RLA, RRA, then rotate through the carry, that is RRCA and RLCA. Okay. Let us go to the next question. So we have covered question number 2, question number 3, jump instructions with the ranges. Then fourth one, RET, AJMP address 11. Then fifth one, bit level and byte level logical instructions with their internal RAM bit addresses and SFR bit addresses, classification of instructions, rotate instructions of 8051 microcontroller. Okay, so I'll take up one more question here. So question number 15, let me take up this. Then in tomorrow's class, I'll continue with the next question, that is number 8 will 4 minus 4, 82 minus 82 and minus 128. So 4 representation is simple, that is 04 0000 0100. If you want to represent 4 here, if you want to represent 4, then 4 is represented as, this will be 0000, then 0100 0100. Okay, simple 04. Okay. Then suppose if you want to represent minus 4, I'll tell you all the logic. So if you want to compute minus 4, then in the microcontroller or in the, how it will represent this minus 4 is, so first it will take the ones complement of plus 4. First it will take the ones complement of plus 4, that is 1111 then 1 0 1 1, one's complement of this plus 4, right? Then it will add 1 to this. First invert all the bits, then add 1 plus 1 plus 1. So if you all add 1 to this, what you will get? Yes, please. What you will get here? If you all add 1, yes, just see what you are getting. Tell me the answer quickly. Let me see who will tell first. So what you are getting here? So 1 plus 1 is 0.
Yes, sir.
Here you will get 0. Yes. How much you are getting, students? FC you are getting? Just verify. FC.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine, fine. So 1 1 1 1. This will be 1 1 1 1. Here we will get 1 1 0 0 0. Am I right? 1 1 0 0. Correct? No? 1 1 0 0. Okay. Correct, right? FC will get. Okay. So this will be FCH. So this is -4 representation in 2's complement format. This is how the microcontroller will represent in 2's complement format. -4, it will write it as FCH. It will represent that as FCH. Okay. So similarly, if you consider one more example, let me consider one more example, -128, the last one. Okay. So how it will represent -128? -128, if it wants to compute, -128. First write 128. 128 is in decimal. Note that if they are not giving anything here, that means it is in decimal. Okay. First write 128. 128 in binary is 1000, then 0000. Correct? 8421, 1632, 64, 128. You have to convert it into binary and write it. Note that. It is not hexadecimal, remember. Okay, it is not hexadecimal, it is binary. This is in decimal, -128, that is 128 is in decimal. You have to convert it into binary and write it. Okay, it is not in hexadecimal. So now this one we have to take the 2's complement. This will be 0 1 1 1, then 1 1 1 1 plus 1 plus 1. Add 1 to this plus 1. So what you will get? Calculate, students, what you will get here? Yes, what you are getting? Just tell me the answer. Same you will get, is it not? 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0.
हाँ सर सेम
Correct? Am I right? So this will
Yes,
be
sir.
fine. This will be, yes. This will be 80H. This will be 80H, 80 hexadecimal. Okay. So this is signed number representation in 2's complement of the value -128. Signed number representation of -128 in 2's complement format. Getting the point here? This is signed number representation in 2's complement format of the given number -128. Similarly, take this example for homework, right? That is, I am giving the value. Next example, -34 hex. Now I am giving it in hex. Okay, I am giving it in hex. First you write it in binary, so you know how to convert hex to binary, right? It is not decimal number. Note that it is hexadecimal number. Okay, this is extra example I have considered to make you understand. The remaining what all values are given, you try to do it on your own. So this is different, slightly different. So this may be asked an examination like. So they may give the hexadecimal number and they may ask you all to convert it in the representation that is done by the microcontroller. Okay, first write it in binary, then take the 2's complement. So that will give the 2's complement representation of the given number -34 hex. Clear here? So that is all for today's class. Hope you all understood here, students. Hope you all understood what we discussed in today's class, right? Was it understood from the all or the whatever discussed, whatever I discussed is question number 3, 4, 5, right, 6. Okay, these are all theory questions. These are all theory questions. I explained orally there, right? Then question number 7 comes the actual examples, that is rotate instructions. Rotate left, rotate right, rotate left through carry, rotate right through carry. There I took the examples and explained you all. Then next one is question number 15. How the following numbers are represented in 8051, that is 4 minus 4, 82 minus 82 and minus 128. I explained to you all 4 minus 128. You all do for 82 and minus 82. Okay. This is in decimal. 82 is in decimal. Minus 82 is also in decimal. Okay. You all have to first convert it into binary number, decimal to binary conversion, and then take the 2's complement. Clear here? Is it understood, students? Is it understood
Yes,
here?
sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Then good. Then we'll continue with some more assignment questions, remaining assignment questions in the next class. Okay. Thank you.